Dalton. Illinois is currently embroiled in a political storm with Mayor Tiffany Henyard at the center of a growing controversy that has captivated both residents and the broader public. Henyard, often referred to as the super mayor, has built a reputation for defying public opinion and legal scrutiny. However, her latest scandal has raised serious concerns about her leadership and judgment. The controversy began when Henyard appointed Ronald Burge as the interim police chief. What initially seemed like a routine administrative decision quickly escalated into a public relations and legal nightmare. The problem arose when it was revealed that Burge's certification with the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board, ILETS, had expired. This rendered him legally unqualified to carry a firearm, perform police duties, or, more critically, lead the police department. Despite several warnings from Dalton's trustees and the ILETS about the legal and safety risks involved, Henyard pushed ahead with the appointment, alarmed by the situation. The trustees filed for a restraining order to block Burge's appointment, citing concerns over significant legal risks and compromised public safety. Initially, the judge ruled in favor of the trustees, halting Burge's appointment. However, in a dramatic turn of events, the judge reversed the decision after a contentious board meeting, allowing Burge to serve in an interim capacity for 30 days. This temporary ruling fueled the already rising tensions in Dolton. As trustees and the ILETS continued to argue that Burge was unfit for the role, Henyard's insistence on appointing him despite his expired certification only deepened the public outcry. Critics accused her of prioritizing political loyalty over the safety and well-being of Dalton's residents, with many questioning how someone unqualified for basic police duties could be trusted to lead the entire police force. The scandal was just the latest in a series of controversies that plagued Henyard's leadership since she assumed office in 2021. From legal battles to questionable decisions, Henyard's tenure has been marked by accusations of misconduct, incompetence, and a troubling disregard for the rule of law. Her handling of the Burge appointment has only exacerbated these concerns, leading many residents to question her ability to lead Dalton effectively and fairly. Henyard's leadership has been further marred by her lavish spending habits. Critics point to her extravagant vacations, indulgent dinners, and even a Valentine's Day celebration, complete with private DJ and countless selfies, as evidence of her detachment from the financial needs of town. This luxurious lifestyle, seen by many as reckless and irresponsible, has only alienated Henyard from the public. Many residents now believe she is more concerned with her own image than with the financial stability of Dalton beyond her spending. Henyard's leadership has also been undermined by a series of questionable appointments. Many of these appointments have raised concerns about her judgment and priorities. By putting individuals with questionable backgrounds in key positions, Henyard has been accused of valuing loyalty over competence and legal compliance. This has created an administration that appears to be more focused on consolidating power within Henyard's inner circle than on ensuring effective governance of the town. These controversial appointments have only deepened public distrust in Henyard's leadership, with critics alleging that she has fostered a culture of favoritism and cronyism rather than promoting transparency and competence. Despite this mounting criticism, Henyard has remained defiant. She has steadfastly defended her decisions even as public opinion turned sharply against her. While some view her refusal to back down as a sign of determination, many see it as a dangerous pursuit of personal power at the expense of Dalton's well-being. Henyard's insistence on pushing forward with widely criticized decisions has created an atmosphere of growing dysfunction and frustration. Adding to the pile of scandals surrounding Henyard is her personal life, which has come under intense scrutiny. Henyard and her partner, Kamal Woods, are currently embroiled in a legal battle over unpaid rent, facing eviction from a rental property owned by a former friend, Janetta H. The landlord has filed an eviction lawsuit after multiple attempts to serve Henyard and her partner with eviction papers. The landlord alleges that they tried to avoid the legal process by changing the locks to prevent necessary maintenance. This personal legal drama has added yet another layer of negativity to Henyard's already tarnished public image, raising further questions about her ability to manage both her personal and professional affairs with her leadership already in question. These personal legal troubles have had a profound impact, causing many Dalton residents to wonder if someone who cannot even manage her own finances and legal obligations is fit to oversee the financial and legal matters of an entire town. The combination of personal and professional scandals has created a toxic atmosphere of uncertainty and dysfunction within Dalton's local government, leaving residents uncertain about the future direction of the town. Henyard's inability to resolve her legal issues, coupled with the growing public disillusionment with her leadership, has led many to question whether she is truly capable of continuing in the role of mayor. Despite the mounting controversies, Henyard remains determined to seek re-election. Her first term, which saw her secure more than 80% of the vote, was marked by her outsider status and promises to shake up the political establishment. However, the political climate surrounding her re-election bid has dramatically shifted, and her candidacy for a second term is now met with deep skepticism. Henyard's future in office appears increasingly uncertain. The once promising outsider is now seen by many as a symbol of dysfunction and disarray in local governance. Her political style, characterized by her refusal to succumb to public pressure or legal opposition, has led some to view her as resilient, while others see it as a dangerous pursuit of power. As Dalton's financial situation becomes more dire, Henyard's leadership has come under severe scrutiny. Allegations of misappropriating public funds, extravagant personal spending, and indulgent expenditures on lavish events have sparked widespread outrage. Dalton's already struggling budget has worsened under Henyard's watch, leaving essential community services hanging by a thread. The town's general fund, which stood at nearly $5 million in 2022, has dwindled to a mere $3 million. Vendors have reported unpaid bills, deepening concerns about the town's financial stability. The public frustration has reached a boiling point, with increasing calls for Henyard's resignation. Residents feel their trust in her has been shattered, and many are no longer willing to overlook her actions. Among the most shocking revelations is the news that Henyard spent a staggering $443,000 in a single day on Amazon, using public funds for personal purchases from stores like Walgreens and Wayfair. This occurred at a time when Dolton faced a massive $5 million budget deficit, and many essential services were at risk. The misuse of taxpayer dollars, particularly in light of the town's financial struggles, has left residents feeling utterly betrayed by their leader. Despite growing pressure for her to step down, Henyard has remained defiant, portraying herself as a victim of political attacks. This stance has only fueled public anger, with Dalton residents increasingly questioning her ability to lead effectively. As Henyard's legal and financial troubles continue to unfold, it remains unclear whether she will be able to weather the storm and retain her position as mayor. Dalton's financial future is in jeopardy, and public trust in her leadership has rapidly eroded. Henyard's political career now appears to be hanging by a thread. With Dalton's financial future uncertain and residents increasingly disillusioned with her leadership, many are left wondering if she is capable of leading the town through these turbulent times. As her scandals continue to mount, it is clear that Henyard's time as mayor is becoming increasingly untenable. The future of Dalton remains uncertain, and Henyard's ability to navigate the storm she's created is now in serious doubt. Dalton, Illinois is facing an unprecedented financial crisis, and at the center of this turmoil is Mayor Tiffany Henyard. With projections indicating a staggering $65 million budget shortfall by May 2024, residents are growing increasingly frustrated, questioning how the town's finances became so mismanaged under Henyard's leadership. Despite mounting evidence of fiscal mismanagement, Henyard has steadfastly denied any wrongdoing, dismissing accusations as part of a broader political attack aimed at undermining her leadership. In a fiery 90-minute Facebook Live session, Henyard defended herself vehemently, accusing her critics of trying to discredit her and suggesting she might take legal action against those spreading misinformation. However, her combative tone and refusal to take responsibility for Dalton's financial decline have only fueled public anger and skepticism. Instead of offering solutions to the town's pressing financial issues, Henyard is focused on defending her actions and attacking her critics, further alienating the very residents she is supposed to serve. Her refusal to acknowledge Dalton's fiscal woes has become a point of contention. The town's finances have become a mess under her watch, but Henyard continues to deflect blame and push back against accountability. She hinted at launching a podcast to address the accusations against her, but these plans have yet to materialize, leaving the public with more questions than answers. Instead of offering concrete solutions or transparent communication, Henyard's statements have been vague and confusing, offering little clarity about how she plans to resolve Dalton's growing financial crisis. Henyard's lack of transparency, paired with her dismissive attitude toward public concerns, has deepened the public's distrust. As Dalton's budget deficit continues to grow, residents are demanding answers. Despite her claims of being targeted by a political conspiracy, the evidence against her is mounting. Supporters who continue to defend Henyard are increasingly struggling to justify her combative rhetoric and refusal to acknowledge the severity of the situation. Many now view her as a leader more focused on preserving her political career than addressing the needs of Dalton's residents. As Henyard's political position deteriorates, her actions have continued to raise concerns. Investigations into her finances have revealed extravagant personal spending and the alleged misappropriation of public funds, deepening public disillusionment with her leadership. Her disregard for Dalton's financial stability, while indulging in lavish personal expenditures, has caused residents to feel betrayed by a leader who seems more interested in serving herself than the community. Despite mounting pressure, Henyard remains resolute, continuing to blame political opponents and make unsubstantiated claims about the motives behind the attacks against her. This refusal to face the reality of Dalton's financial collapse has resulted in a significant erosion of public confidence. Dalton's budget deficit now stands at nearly $5 million, and the town's creditors are becoming increasingly vocal about unpaid bills. Local officials and residents alike have accused Henyard of financial mismanagement, claiming her inability to address Dalton's growing fiscal instability has played a major role in the town's economic decline. Her persistent focus on defending her reputation rather than addressing the fiscal crisis has led to a widening divide between her and the public. With Dolton on the verge of financial collapse, residents are questioning whether Henyard is capable of leading the town through this crisis in addition to her professional troubles. Henyard is also facing personal legal issues. She and her partner, Kamal Woods, are embroiled in an eviction dispute over unpaid rent for a Dalton rental property. This personal legal matter has further contributed to the perception that Henyard is unable to balance her personal and professional responsibilities. Critics argue that her legal battles reflect a broader pattern of irresponsibility and a lack of accountability, further eroding public confidence in her leadership as Dalton's financial crisis deepens. Henyard's refusal to address the urgent issues at hand has led many residents to believe that she is either incapable of fixing the town's financial problems or simply unwilling to do so. The perception is growing that Henyard is more focused on self-preservation than on addressing Dalton's most pressing needs. With investigations into her questionable spending habits continuing to unfold, her credibility continues to crumble. As the town's budget deficit grows and more creditors voice their concerns, Henyard's ability to lead appears increasingly uncertain despite the mounting challenges. Henyard continues to deflect blame, framing herself as a target of a political conspiracy designed to discredit her. Her refusal to take responsibility for Dalton's financial mess has caused public confidence in her leadership to evaporate. With investigations into her finances, allegations of misappropriation of public funds, and a string of personal scandals tarnishing her reputation, it seems unlikely that Henyard will be able to restore trust in her leadership, let alone guide Dalton through its financial crisis. Henyard's political career is now hanging by a thread. Residents are left wondering if she will ever be able to regain any semblance of trust and credibility. Dalton's finances are in freefall, and time is running out for Henyard to turn things around. Public frustration is reaching a boiling point, and the stakes have never been higher for the town. As Henyard continues to ignore the concerns of residents and deflect blame, her position becomes more precarious by the day. Many are questioning whether Henyard's leadership will ultimately be remembered as a period of failure and mismanagement. The mounting evidence of financial mismanagement, combined with her refusal to address the crisis head-on, has left Dalton residents wondering if it is time for a change in leadership. The future of the town remains uncertain as Henyard's leadership unravels, and the people of Dalton are left hoping for a leader who will prioritize the well-being of the community over personal gain. With the town on the brink of financial disaster, Henyard's refusal to take responsibility for her actions and her combative approach to criticism may be the final blow to her political career. The question now is whether Henyard is truly the victim of a political conspiracy, as she claims, or whether she is the main cause of the unrest and instability that has engulfed the town. As the situation in Dalton continues to deteriorate, it is unclear whether Henyard will be able to salvage her reputation, or if her tenure will ultimately be remembered as a failure. The future of Dalton hangs in the balance, and time is running out for Henyard to prove that she can still lead the town through its most challenging crisis.